Hi, Viv. This is Nano. Since you know how much I like birds, I thought I'd read to you a story about a beautiful bird called the nightingale. This is actually a Chinese story, so this hence the beautiful Chinese emperor and his costumes. Okay, here we go. The Nightingale is the name of the book. The Emperor of China had everything he ever needed or wanted. He had the most expensive clothes to wear, the finest art to admire, and the most beautiful treasures to show off. A soldier in his court returned from a trip and told everyone about the most beautiful song he had heard. When the nightingale sang, it took my breath away, the soldier said. The emperor didn't believe him. His things were always the best, and this time would be no exception. Did it sing more magnificently than the loveliest voice in my court? Said the emperor. So he ordered his most accomplished singer to sing her prettiest song. Yes, this bird's song was even more magnificent, the soldier said. Did it sing more beautifully than my prize bird? The emperor ordered. The emperor ordered his servant to bring him his best bird from his aviary. His best bird is from the aviary is where they keep birds like in the palace, okay? So he brought the best bird. Yes, this bird's song was even more beautiful. Wow, what is the name of this magical bird? The emperor asked. She is called the nightingale. The emperor dismissed the man at once and demanded that he bring the nightingale to him. The soldier didn't know how to find the nightingale's home again. He asked everyone in the palace if they had heard of the bird. Only a maid who worked in the kitchen could tell him where the bird lived. They set out together. The soldier, the kitchen maid, and members of the search party traveled into the woods. They tread carefully, not wanting to miss the sound of the nightingale. Listen, over there, someone in the search party said. Surely those notes belong to the nightingale. Ah, that is just the bleat of a young lamb, the kitchen maid said. They kept walking. Yes, I hear it. That must be the sound of the bird near the stream, another said. No, that is just a chorus of frogs. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Nah, nightingale doesn't sound that way, does it? So they kept walking. Then they came upon the most beautiful song they had ever heard. The melody poured through the trees and danced in the air. It was light and moving and lovely. They all knew that this was the nightingale. Dear nightingale, what can we give you that you might join us at the palace? They asked. The nightingale wanted nothing. She wanted to be free to sing and share her gift with as many people as possible. The nightingale came to the palace willingly and presented herself to the emperor. When the nightingale sang, he was delighted. Now he had every wonderful thing in China. He kept the nightingale in a cage and had her sing for every guest. He had her sing during dinner and in the afternoons. Her songs were different every time she sang, but they were always beautiful. For the celebration of the emperor's birthday, he was presented with a bird made out of jewels. The jewel bird looked like the nightingale. He could wind up the bird, and it would play a song. The song was very beautiful, and the emperor thought it might be more beautiful than the nightingale's. The emperor played the jeweled nightingale over and over again. Soon he lost interest in his real nightingale. One night at dinner, he asked that the real nightingale be brought to sing against the jeweled nightingale at a competition, which means each one sings and they decide who was the best. After several rounds, the whole table was able to join in the familiar song of the jeweled or mechanical nightingale. They clapped and cheered and didn't ask the real nightingale to sing again. No one noticed that the real nightingale escaped from her cage and flew out the open window. As time passed, the emperor grew older and became sick. He lay in bed and began winding and rewinding his mechanical bird until one day it couldn't sing anymore. The bird was broken. The emperor sent for the real nightingale, who he didn't know had disappeared years ago. Here's the real nightingale. We will find the finest jewelers and engineers and have them make you a new bird, his servants said. But the emperor wanted the real, true nightingale back to sing for him. The rumor spread through the kingdom that the emperor was dying. As the nightingale flew through the forest, she overheard people talking about their poor emperor. Without hesitation, which means without thinking twice, the nightingale flew to the palace and perched on the emperor's windowsill. The nightingale sang her best song yet. It was full of hope and love. Death was so moved by the display of affection, he decided to spare the emperor. Quickly, the emperor got better, and he reigned for many, many more years with the nightingale in his court. The nightingale became his personal emissary, which means she flew all around the kingdom and told the people about what she saw and heard about and to the emperor. She remained the emperor's most prized possession. So that you can hear what a real nightingale sounds like, hang on, here we go. So isn't that beautiful, Vivian? And I want you to always remember that the birds are always singing, and they will always bring us joy. So listen to the birds. Love, Nano.